Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. We are going to rekey Metro lever set commercial quality EL6011SC double cylinder satin chrome 70mm 35 to 45mm back set commercial grade lever set. Okay, now we got the formals out of the way. We're just going to do a rekey on this. I've rekeyed a lot of other types of locks. A lot of people like to know how to rekey the locks, so let's go through and rekey it. Now this is very similar to any other type of lever set you have or knob set. The principles are the same, so you might have seen some of those videos. If you haven't and you've just got this particular lock, then this video might be some good for you. So first thing we do is we find which key works it, and that's the key that works it. So I'm going to put that key in and just turn it a quarter of a turn, just like so. There's a little button right here, so we use a button pushing tool, and I'll depress that as well as give this lever a bit of a pull, and that will come off there. Take note, there's a little black piece right there, so I'm just going to put that out of the way, turn my key back to the position I can get my lock out where it faces the top of the chamber, take my cylinder out and just place it there. Now this is a double-sided lever set, so I've got to do the same on this side too. So I put it in, quarter of a turn, come over, push the button, and boom, off it comes. Now, for this particular example, I'm quite lucky because I have the combination in front of me. Here's my keys, and here's my combination. The other day I did a video and somebody said to me, oh, what's that piece of Lego used for? And the truth is, it's not an official tool. It's been on the bench since the kids left it there. So what do we use it for? Well, not much really, but in the last little while, it has actually been having a little bit of a function. It's an old 30-year-old piece of Lego board, and what we use it for is an anti-roll mat. See, you put it there, and it's perfect. The cylinders don't want to roll, see? Hey, it's not going anywhere. So that's kind of what it's being used for now, only because it's there, and it's not an official tool, but look, if you want to start using a little Lego tray like that, and it's good for you, then that's good. But yeah, that's all it's kind of used for. Alright, so I'm just going to take the plug out of this cylinder here as well. Okay, so now I can disregard these keys because they're no longer good. I go back to my original keys, and first thing I want to check, see how I have my finger on it so no pins go flying? First thing I want to check is if I've got any pins here that are savable. I'll zoom in on this so you can see. There we go. So I can see now the one on the 5th chamber, that's actually savable. So watch this, I just hold the 5th in, get rid of the rest, dump the 6th. Okay, so I've actually got my code written down here, so now I can put the keys back in, and I will grab my tweezers and start going through the numbers because I know what the first one is. Yep. I know what the second one is. By having the numbers, it's a lot better. If not, I could keep referring to the key, and the number's actually on the key as well, if you're keying up to an uncut key. So I'm just going to drop in a few more pins here. Bang, and bang. Okay, so that's one side done, and have a look. See how it's all nice and smooth? All those pins make this shear line perfect. So let's put that back in the housing now. Okay, left and right, take the key out, turn it upside down, try the key. If all the pins and driver pins are in there correctly, then it should be working. Is there a retaining pin in there? There is. Retaining spring, sorry. So we just got to put our retaining pin in there, like so. And then I come with this one here. I'll use tweezers so you can see what I'm, little pair of needle nose pliers. So the 2 holes are here, so I'm going to put it off center so the pin's going to be pushed in where there's not a hole. And that'll allow me to hold it down while I rotate around. I'm going to go backwards just so I can make sure I feel that thread. I don't want to cross thread my cap. Okay, now I've got the thread started, so I tighten it all the way till it's tight, back it off about 1 little notch, rotate that around, test my key, and it's good. 1 cylinder down. We're checking once again, we'll do that once again. Okay, so I'll zoom out a bit here so you can see the larger bit. Okay, so dump all of the pins except for the 5th. Okay, come through, throw some pins in. We've got a 5, we've got a 7, got a 6, got another 7. The 6 is refusing to go into the stall. There we are. And that's just a horse racing term. It's really the chamber. Okay, all the pins are in. Come through with the follower. Make sure the follower is on the right spot, not going to get stuck in. If you have this at the top, your pins will drop in there and then you won't be able to slide from one to the other. So, okay, that's good. Now I put in my retaining pin and we are just about ready to put these levers back on, and that is job done for a rekey on a EL6011, which we don't see a lot of. It's a good lock, but we don't see a lot of them across the bench, mainly because it's double cylinder and it's not as common. Okay, so I'm going to turn it upside down, check all my driver pins working, yes, key in, key out, yes. Okay, so first things first, put cylinder into handle, flip it over, make sure it's flush at the front, grab this little black aligny Duvalaki thing and put that back in, lining up this slot here to the black line. That's where the chamber will be coming through, so we push that on there. A little bit of wiggle left and right, left and right. If it doesn't move, pop your key in, lift it up a little bit, so that way everything kind of lines up. Pushing that black thing back in there, pushing the key all the way in. Now we go for that retainer, push that retainer in. It's dropped in a little bit. I push my key and give it a twist. That's sunk in. Push my knob on a little bit more, if it'll let me. There we go. It's a good solid click, so we know we're in. And test. So my key comes out and I can turn it that way, but when I turn it back, I'm actually cancelling out the operation. So I put my key in, I can't turn left, but I can turn right. So what's happened is that this cylinder is now out of sync with the lock. So I've got to turn my key, remove it, off it comes. I'm going to turn it around this way, push in that plug again, that button again, turn my cylinder left and right. Okay, now I'm going to test it. So I can turn it, if this was a 12 o'clock position, I can turn it a quarter of a turn that way, take my key out, turn it a quarter of a turn, 180 on that side, and take my key out. Let's just test real quick. It's locked. Turn it that way, it's unlocked. So that side is now correct. Let's do it all over again. Cylinder in housing, making sure that it's coming through the front and it's flush. Flipping over, pushing that black thing in. Now on this side you've got the inner fixing plate, so we're going to put that on there now because that's a good time now. And I'm going to put that handle back on there like so. I'm going to push in this button, put my key in. I'm going to turn it anti-clockwise now, and it's dropped in. Now I just need to push a little bit further to get that click and make sure the tail piece is lined up. And we heard that click and it's lined up. So let's now test on this side. Locked. Turn the other way. Unlocked. Okay, and that's rekeying EL6011 SC double cylinder commercial grade Brava Metro lock. Available from drlock.com.au. Thanks for watching.